Studio. Check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the SBTV Nation. I'm the Dream. I'm here with my boy, Dr. Dan, and right now we are amidst and getting ready on the cusp of March Sadness. March Sadness is the theme for today as Hats number one seed, number one team, Gonzaga, goes down yesterday.
They went down yesterday, Dream. Well, you know what? You know what I think happened to them? They had such an incredibly huge lead in the beginning. I think they just started taking it lightly, and sure enough, just BYU went on a run, and they just could not come back.
Wait.
Six at halftime.
That was an incredibly
but they were
huge
up,
lead.
Guys, they were up like 20-5 in the beginning of the game. I don't know if you saw that.
What was that, like the first 2 minutes?
First couple of minutes of the game.
I saw a dogfight every time I looked at the score. I did not watch the game because I was out last night, and every time I looked at the score, it was a dogfight.
Yeah, man. It was, I believe it was like 20-5 or something along those lines in the beginning of the game. So it just seemed like they were coasting. The crowd was going wild. And sure enough, I mean, BYU outscored them by 14 points in the second half and wins the game by 8.
Exactly why Gonzaga should drop out of the NCAA top 10.
The top,
Yeah, I said
Ooh.
a top 10.
Wow,
They should be out of
Dan.
there. Out of there. I'm looking at the top 25 right now. And I'm looking at these teams at Villanova, Kansas, Arizona, UCLA, Oregon, Louisville, North Carolina, Baylor, and Duke. Gonzaga gets their ass kicked by every one of those teams.
No, they beat Duke.
Depends on how Duke wants to come out and play.
True. And
Kentucky's number 11 and West Virginia's number 12. So let's get Duke out of the top 10, move Kentucky and West Virginia up, and then, okay, Gonzaga doesn't beat any of them.
Some huggy hugs, Dream?
I already said Hugs would beat them. I already said Hugs would
I
beat
still
them.
guys, I still think that Gonzaga is going to be a number one seed even with the loss.
No.
Yeah.
You know what?
No, because your number one seeds right now have got to be Villanova, Kansas, UCLA. Those are your top three. And then Gonzaga can't stay as the 4. You maybe put Oregon there.
I was just going to say Oregon.
No way.
I
think they're going to be a number one seed because if they breeze through their conference tournament, they got it's one loss. I mean, I know it's a cupcake schedule.
Yeah, but their
and all
conference is like ice water. I mean, it's nothing. I mean, it's literally like if they were in any other conference, they'd be a 5 to 7 loss team.
It's like Trump's cabinet.
Oh, stop!
Farcical.
Matter of fact, you know what? Gonzaga is just like Donald Trump. Now that I think about it, just a big fake.
Oh, Dream, stop it! Just
They're a little less orange.
You should focus on making America great again and stop all the hate.
Big fake. Try to make the Pat great again and lose to BYU.
Well, you know what?
Let's make America great again by locking up Muhammad Ali's kid.
All right. Well, all right. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, they still did beat Arizona. They still did beat Florida when Florida had their center. So it is what it is, guys. I mean, they do have some impressive victories, and they went into St. Mary's, Dream.
Oh yeah,
huge win there.
You and the St. Bizzle.
Hey, whatever, man. It is what it is. They've only got one loss, and I still think this is going to be a number one seed. And
you spoke about a team that we got to get into, though, Hat.
All right.
That Arizona team.
Arizona loses to UCLA in their own house.
Okay, now
Rory Markkinen, Dusan Ristic, and Chance Kamash. 6'11", 7 feet, and 7 feet.
Right.
Dream, can you explain to me how this team got out-rebounded by 1,000,000?
I was going nuts about getting out-rebounded. I'm watching the game, too, and I'm shaking my head. I'm like, how are they getting out-rebounded? But Dude, you know
Trier
what?
was their leading rebounder in the game.
And they didn't let Trier do his thing either. And dudes, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Alonzo Ball, a UCLA, I have talked about this in this program. I did say that I thought UCLA was the more polished product in the pack. This UCLA team, I'm taking them to win the NCAA tournament. Listen, I know that there were some spots when they held their fortitude yesterday, their poise on the road. That zone gave Arizona fits, and bad job by Arizona's coaching staff for not coaching those kids how to. You break it down. A zone is like basketball, number 101.
I understand that, and you know
I
what?
don't understand that hat.
You know, it's just it's just crazy, and you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, UCLA can shoot, and they are
UCLA's
very,
got a
very
ton
good.
of offense.
Ton.
But Dan, back to you. Dude, how many offensive rebounds did UCLA get when there was a guy looked like he was 5'9"?
Oh,
and there's
dude.
a 7-footer standing next to him and
Oh.
2 rebounds.
You know what that reminded me of last night, Dream? Remember, when we first started the show and everybody loved that Wisconsin team, and there was a bunch of gangly white dudes that had no rhythm. That's what it looked like. You have a bunch of these European dudes out there that stand, and they're 7 feet tall, 155 pounds. Can we feed these kids some meat? Can we get some? Oh my God!
His sister does have some unathletic white boy.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. But then, I understand that you have, you put 2 7-footers and almost 3 7-footers out there at a time. But you're 100% right. How do you go away from the dude that's dominating? I understand, get the ball inside, play a little bit, but man, the turnovers and the lack of rebounding, that you're right. I mean, UCLA, especially with Ball, looks like a team that is going to make a serious run.
Well, the odds-on favorite right now, and I just pulled up the odds to win the NCAA championship.
Donald Trump.
Gonzaga.
The Donald Trump of the NCAA.
Dream, just stop being sour about, your candidate losing.
The Donald Trump of the NCAA.
Someone that had
loses to
30
beat
years experience
by
in politics
Yuzel.
lost to
Well,
someone that had
that
none.
would have been a perfect spot, actually, if Donald Trump was the president of the NCAA, because it's the most corrupt organization that can steal millions of dollars from basically kids. So that seems just about right for Donald Trump.
Stop it.
Oh, he loved Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a cartoon villain. I don't want to push my baby carriage by Donald Trump because he picked a lollipop and laugh.
Dr. Dan, go ahead. I love it, baby.
Oh, whatever, man.
I don't get it, Hat. I just
Finally,
for
a little
someone
bit.
that loves everybody, Hat. And I've never seen you have a true disagreement with any overarching. I don't understand what you see in this man.
Because
No, Hat, that is a good point. You know what, Dan? That's a great point you bring up. Because Hat is the ultimate pacifist.
I know. You positive thinking and everything that you put your mind to.
Working the bar, knocking people's drinks over, pushing girls, everything. It has what a dude said a little bit too much to drink. Meanwhile, I'm about to smash him.
Now, you know what? Listen, I have a very, very high tolerance of, what's the word I'm looking for? Patience.
So is
You know
that
what
why
I'm
you
saying?
like Donald? You just put up with all his BS? And
Nah,
then you're
there's a bunch of reasons, and we could beat it to death, but there's a bunch of reasons why I'm feeling the Don. And you know what? At the end of the day, hey, I think it's all going to work out just fine. But anyway,
even though I wish he was picking, even though Hat, you got to hit him up. I know he's your boy. You got to hit him up and tell him to be a little bit like Barry O and pick that NCAA tournament. I want to see his picks.
yeah, right, like Obama does.
He refused to do it. He said no.
You didn't do it?
He's also not going to the correspondence dinner because he doesn't want to get heckled. So that's a good for a president.
Well, you know what? There's one thing I can say though. He's saying some things that former presidents have said. I mean, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, Bush, everybody, right? He's saying some of the exact same things, and he's getting murdered in the press for it. It's just kind of crazy.
I don't know. I mean, look, I don't ever remember.
First of all, anything he says comes out dumb.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Saying the exact same
You
stuff.
can't take him serious.
I never really met very few people with his status that sound so unarticulate when they speak.
Everybody voted for him, Dream. He is the president of the United States.
Hey, so let's get back. All right,
so let's go.
Let's talk about this for a second. Let's get back to college basketball. A couple of things we need to talk about, especially about yesterday. Pretty good day yesterday as far as I'm concerned. I was able to get a few things to work. I came up short in a couple of spots. Obviously, Purdue punched me in the face yesterday, which was a bad loss by them. But we did talk about the road woes. I was able to get University of Virginia right out of the gate, so the day started off really well. West Virginia only wins the game by 1 point, so the straight play on them didn't work either. I did get, what was the other game? We did hit that under hat in the Villanova game, the 151 under.
Yep.
That was absolutely a stellar call. I know you brought me the attention to the game, and then we got the under together with Dr. Dan's help, but that was a great call, Dan. I pounded that under.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, VCU punched us in the mouth a little bit, but at least Providence made a big run at the end, so not a terrible day overall.
Yeah, well, you know what? I did not have a good day because I had a 5-teamer, and Maryland lays an egg. Maryland's going to drop out of the top 25 now.
Maryland
for sure.
took a long time to go into a slump. I think this all happened about, 3 games ago. Something happened with them. They had some momentum going in, and then they ended up getting beat. And ever since that, they've been free falling. And I don't know what's up with college basketball because it seems like you get these teams and they're on their rise or they're in a good flow, and then all of a sudden they go through this disastrous free fall. Same as Virginia with their disastrous free fall, but we're able to finally put the brakes on it yesterday. Guys, we are not talking about, but it is time to talk about. Terrence Mack, stand up as the North Carolina Tar Heels are a problem.
Yeah, they won by 18 points in Pittsburgh, man. That's a very impressive win.
Carolina team, if it wasn't for Roy Williams, I'd be really hands-on with them as far as when they went in the NCAA tournament as well. I just don't like Roy Williams as a coach, but this team's got a ton of talent.
I'm with you. I can't stand Roy Williams and his checkered coat. But no, they have a ton of talent. If they can play basically without the detriment of Roy Williams, they're good. I got another team for you guys that's flying under the radar that I'm really liking going into the tournament. And again, this all depends on the draw. But man, I'm loving this SMU team.
Yeah, you know what? I called them a couple of weeks ago, as a matter of fact. They were 130-1 odds to win the NCAA tournament. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win it, but you just need these teams. They got
a shot, man.
You just need these teams to go far.
Yeah, exactly. So you can start hedging, but I mean, they've been playing some really good basketball. I mean, you look at their schedule. I mean, even the losses they have been really close losses. I mean, this is a team. I know Stanford's not good, but I mean, they've set themselves up to play tougher out of conference games. Mm-hmm. I think they're battle tested enough. I'm just saying, going into the tournament, I think that they're going to win. I think they're going to win the conference tournament. I mean, I don't see anybody knocking them off in Hartford this year. No,
absolutely not. They will definitely win the American Conference.
I'm going to have to go see that if they get to the finals because that's a good team.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? Another team that
hold on. Whoa. Slow down before you anoint SMU the winner. Cincinnati's in that conference too.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, and Cincinnati beat them, I think, by 2 at home before, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, that's going to be a hell of a game. I hope they're going to be set up 1-2, right? So if they make it through, should be the final.
Sure, definitely. It's going to be a great game. But another team that's tickling my fancy a little bit is Minnesota.
Minnesota. I knew you were going there.
Yep.
They were 500-1 the other day. They're down to 150-1 now.
You think they're battle tested enough to do anything?
That conference is pretty rough, man. So
yeah, I think they're battle tested. My issue is I don't think they have a lot of depth.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll have to take a look at them. We're going to look at these conference tournaments to really get a gauge on the big dance.
What are your guys' thoughts though on Virginia dropping all the way now to 18 or 19 depending on which poll you look at?
Virginia's gonna they're gonna go in, they're gonna get beat in the early rounds. They're not going anywhere. This team once again, they scored yesterday, but that was against NC State. They put up 70 against NC State, which was still a struggle for them. Their perimeter shooting is abysmal.
Yeah, it is.
They just cannot produce any offense. Once again, they're a defensively sound team. They try to lull you to sleep, and then they try to out-physical you. And a lot of those other teams, there's those sneaky teams like a Florida State, even like a Georgia,
a Baylor.
A Baylor. Well, Baylor goes down yesterday to Iowa State, dude.
Yeah, but Iowa State, I don't know, man.
Iowa State is sneaky. I will give you that. Iowa State is sneaky.
And I hear you. And this is why college basketball is an insane sport to gamble on sometimes. It's just, it doesn't really matter. Does it really matter? Baylor is 22, and they were 22-4. Now they're 22-5. Maybe they dropped 12, 13 from 9. Mm-hmm. They're going into the tournament with pretty much the same thing anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, this juggles and bounces around all season long. That's just the way it goes. That's what makes it so exciting, because you don't really just have like a dominant team that's just running through everybody. Unlike
you got anyone you like right now, Hat? I know Dream said he likes UCLA.
Yeah, I got a ton of them. I got a lot of long shots, believe it or not.
You have anyone like on the top of your mind though that I know you.
As far as like the clear cut who I think the best team is right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean I think Gonzaga is going to go far. I don't think they're winning the whole thing though. But I'm on Villanova. I like Villanova.
Okay.
To be honest with you, because they got the defense and they have enough scoring.
Gotcha.
I you know what I mean, and obviously they have they're defending champions. So
no, I hear you.
I just don't. I can't see them screwing around and losing early. I just can't do it. I can see them being a possible Final Four team.
Nope, I'm with you. I think my team, looking at it before these tournaments right now, I'm on Kansas.
You're on Kansas, huh?
I think, and another team that lost to Iowa State this year.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean they, winners of what, 6 in a row, and like 9 out of 10. They've beaten some great teams. I mean, this team that's beat Kentucky when they were 4, beat Baylor when they were 2. I mean, super battle tested. They played Duke and beat them. I just think this is the team that is outside of Villanova, and I'm with you. Villanova is a great team, but this is probably the most battle-tested team going into the tournament outside of Villanova.
Sure.
And I just like them to go for a big run.
All right, and Dream, you're on North Carolina and UCLA?
North Carolina, UCLA are my 2 standouts right now. There's a couple of teams that I've gotten a few looks at. I'm very interested as a dark horse. I talked to you before about the Cincinnati Bearcats, so I'm going to keep them, kind of in the back of my mind, keeping an eye on them. I don't like Bill Self as a head coach, and I don't like Roy Williams. Those guys bother me as far as picking Kansas to win. But you're right, Dan. Kansas has a very impressive resume right now. When you look at them and look at who they beat and the body of work and the way they run through everything that's brought in front of them, that is very, very impressive. The only bad loss, I would say, like you said, Iowa State and the loss to West Virginia, but that's still a decent enough of a rivalry in that particular conference now. So I can't discredit that. Kansas.
The other thing, we've always said, right? What's the biggest thing going into the tournament? Guard play. And Frank Mason III, senior guard. That's part of why I'm hearing you though. Bill Self. Hey, I guess not everybody could be Coach K.
No, definitely not. Well. You know what? Moving on here. I do have a lot of dark horses, to be honest with you, that I really think that are going to sneak in and make some noise, like Minnesota. And there's a couple of other ones. I think, there's a possibility at 1,001 shot I might take some Wake Forest.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna plug that Wake team. I know you really like them. So
Monmouth for you, Hat?
And Monmouth and Oakland and a couple of other squads as well.
Oh, you could leave Oak Tree out.
Yeah, right. No, Oak Tree's dope. Watch out.
Leave Oak Tree
Watch
out.
I'm telling you. Get a little Princeton. Get a little Princeton going in the.
What are they going to be in the playing game? Oak Tree.
Oh yeah.
No, you know who's another team you want to talk about? A dark horse that nobody. Every year they're hanging around, but no one ever talks about them really, and that's Valparaiso.
Yeah, Valpo doesn't do anything though. You know what I mean? They go in and out in the tournaments. They don't really do much.
Yeah, I don't know. You just got to say, they had the one loss to Oakland recently. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting tournament, but no, we'll see. Wake Forest had, huh? Wake freaking Forest.
So we'll have to have that conversation as it moves forward. And don't be surprised if they move kind of far in the ACC tournament.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. I also can't sleep on Notre Dame just because they're tournament tested. I know they haven't looked great lately,
I know.
But, I mean, they're going to get in there, and they're a very tournament-tested team. So
They sure
I think we're
are.
going to have a really good tournament
I think it's going to be awesome. I really do. So, all right, guys. So I think it's that time to get into some stuff and have a conversation about what's going on today, because there's a lot. And I think I'm going to be betting some bigger numbers today.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm looking at a couple of different spots here that we can chat about. So, but I'm going to kick it off. It's NCAA, and I'm going to kick it off with you, Dan. You see anything on the card that you're feeling today?
I mean, it's I kind of like, I know this is crazy, and this is my alma mater, and this is a dirty, nasty game that I briefly brought up yesterday, somewhat jokingly. I like Quinnipiac today.
Quinnipiac, okay.
Yep. I mean, if you let me pull up what the line is at now.
2. Riders -2. Quinnipiac's a home dog.
Wow.
Yeah, home dog.
Wow, with 10-19 on the year. Oof.
Yeah, but what's Ryder, you know?
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, what's Ryder, really? And I just think this is one of those games that the books are like, oh, we'll throw up there, people. No one's going to wager on. I think Quinnipiac wins the game at home. I mean, they play much better at home than they do on the road, like any, small team. I just think they get a win. I think that's a pretty easy one.
Okay. Well, you know what?
2 p.m. game.
They're +2, so I wish you the best of luck on that one, man. So, moving
Have
on.
fun with
Dream, where you at?
I am going to start off with the Ville today. Okay. Louisville, we're going to go. 2 o'clock start. They're playing Syracuse. Gang, Syracuse in the zone is not going to be effective against Louisville. The number is high, so it's going in a teaser. I'm going to put this probably with an 8-point teaser. It's one of 3 teams that I'm looking at right now. I've got Louisville -9.5. You put out the 8 on it, you got a minus 1.5 points. Syracuse got a little bit of momentum coming in this game, but so does Louisville. Louisville needs to finish up strong. Patino's going to want to beat Boeheim. That zone should not have a lot of effect on Louisville. What do you got for? Do you have an over and an under? Under a total number for this game?
Total number is
142.
Oh, okay.
142. I do like the under in this play, as I don't think first of all, Syracuse, I don't like their offense. They don't have a lot of great offense anyway. Louisville plays a solid defense, and Louisville doesn't blow you away with their offense either. However, I like Louisville more than I like the under, but I think that the under is solid as well. So Louisville's going to be the first team on my teaser.
You are? Okay. All right. And Dream, I might jump in on that with you. I just have to do a little bit more homework on that one, because one of my squads is playing today.
Okay, I know.
And you already know that Oakland is playing, and the Grizzlies are going into Milwaukee. Milwaukee is 8-22 on the year, 4-13 in conference play. Oakland's -9 on the road. I'm taking them, but I'm going to put them in a money line parlay. I'm taking Oakland today to get the job done. I think this team is not bad. Going for their 24th win of the year, guys. Dan, have you got a chance to check out Oakland?
They beat Gonzaga.
Was that?
No, I a little bit, not much, but no, I do like this team with you. I think 8.5 on the road, 9 on the road. UW's Milwaukee is not great. I think they probably cover.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
they probably
just gonna take
cover
them in a money line parlay though. That's piece number 1 of my little play I got going on here. So
right.
We will keep it moving and kick it right over to you again, Dan. Where you at?
Well, let's talk about a team that we actually just spoke about a little bit, but Valparaiso, another road team, -2 at Northern Kentucky. Look, I just think that Valparaiso, like you said, I know that they haven't done much in the tournament, but they've been a very, very good regular season team. I know that Northern Kentucky isn't going to lay down and die for them, but I expect Valparaiso to win this game. I'm not worried about the 2 points, so I'll take them. I think they get a road win, and they're first in the Horizon right now. Yep. So obviously they'll probably if they win the Horizon, they'll probably wind up with a 12 seed. So, every game for them is a big game. So, I think Valpo gets the win today.
Valpo. Dream, any thoughts on that?
No thoughts on Valpo.
All right. So, what do you got, Dream? Anything else?
Yes, I'm going to go with the 3 o'clock spot next. And I've talked about Cincinnati Bearcats, and we're going to just run right back with them again. They're playing UCF today. This game, it does have stomach ache written all over it, and it does bother me because UCLA is on the road. It's one of those road situations, so I need them to come out, full force. We're looking for Kyle Washington to get established down in the paint a little bit and get some scoring done. UFC does have a porous defense, and I think that the post presence of Cincinnati should be a little bit too much for them, and Cincinnati's athleticism should be a little bit too much for them too. Going to add them as the second piece of the teaser. I have Cincinnati minus 5.5, so we're going to have them +3.
+3.
Or +2.5, I'm sorry.
Right now, Cincinnati's like a 57-1 shot to win the tourney. Not a bad look.
Not a bad look.
Not a bad look at all. So, Dream, I may have to put the Louisville in with Oakland today. Because you know what? I mean, I thought that there was more stuff, but some of the homework I'm doing is kind of pointing me in the other direction. Because
I would still be a little careful with that, just because I know they said that the last Syracuse win got them firmly into the tournament. I'm just saying I still think Syracuse, and I know it's a road game, there's something wrong about this. I just feel like they have a lot more to play for, and this game is going to come down to the wire. I know you guys are money lining this, so I think that's fine. Mm-hmm. I just think for everybody out there that thinks Louisville is going to beat up on Syracuse, be very careful of that.
All right. One of my squads, and I'm not taking them today, guys, is Monmouth. They're going into Iona. Iona is not a bad team. Monmouth's only -2. This is happening in New Rochelle, New York. And Iona's 19-11 on the year, 12-7 in MAC play. I'm staying away from that one. I don't like Monmouth on the road. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Iona could sneak Monmouth today, so I'm going to stay away from that.
I'd like to backtrack to Louisville-Syracuse one more second and really quickly. The only thing I'm going to say about that game, though, Dan, Syracuse, the style of basketball that they like to play is right up Louisville's alley. This reminds me of North Carolina, Virginia, almost, with Louisville being North Carolina. Syracuse is going to try to play Louisville, their style of basketball. Louisville should have a lot of success against the Syracuse team. Now, yeah, I do get Syracuse is on the bubble, and they're going to want to win. But the flip side of that is, like I said, Pitino wants to beat Boeheim, so he's not going to let us. He's going to keep the foot on the gas. None of these games are ever easy, so I'm not going to say it's easy. But Louisville should have an advantage with Syracuse's style of play, in my opinion.
Oh, and I definitely agree with that. And I think Louisville gets the win. I'm just saying the double-digit spread. I'm not feeling that. I think Syracuse covers the 10 points, though.
All right.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Where are we at next? Will you, Dream?
All right, we're going to go with me, and I'm going to go here. Okay, now this is a spot that I'm going to play separate of the teaser. I'm not going to add this in a teaser. This is a separate spot, gang. This time of the year, there's a little bit of magic in the NCAA, and the coaching staffs of the elite teams and the elite squads seem to rise to the top. This is going to be a very interesting call today, but gang, I am going with an underdog, and I'm taking him on a money line, and I am taking the Michigan State Spartans to beat Wisconsin.
Ooh.
I think it's got a stomach ache written all over it. I don't really love this spot, but Matt and I have talked about Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin is that good of a team. I think Michigan State has a little bit of momentum, especially coming off of beating Nebraska. They're at home. It's one of those spots at home. Wisconsin's coming in on the road. I just feel like the momentum will be there, the energy will be there, the place will be going crazy. Izzo coach these guys up dead right. I got Michigan State winning a very close game against Wisconsin.
Very interesting, Dream. I mean, Wisconsin needs to win in the worst way.
Needs to win in the worst way.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Both of them need it, actually.
Yeah, they both need it.
So I mean,
Michigan State needs it more than Wisconsin.
Good point. Very good point. And you never know what's going to happen in that conference either, as far as their tournament's concerned. So I don't know. I don't like the game. I'm probably going to just sit back and watch that one. Maybe get a feel for it, maybe a live play or something like that. Once I see what's going on there. Because, Wisconsin could shoot when they're, when they want to. There's just times where they go through lulls in scoring, but good luck with that one, brother.
Okay,
That's a stomach ache and a half. Looking at a couple of other games here, I'm going to go over to the ACC, and I'm probably not going to bet this game, but I do want to talk about it and get your feelings on this. Georgia Tech, this is my squad.
getting murdered.
And they're going to get, and they're probably
There's going to be a real rambling
they're
wreck today.
probably
Getting
going to
murdered.
get murdered at Notre Dame. Notre Dame 21 in the land, 21-7 overall. They're minus 11.5, and so I guess you summed it up, Dream.
That's the last spot in the teaser, gang. The last team in the teaser is going to be Notre Dame, and it's a 6:30 Eastern Standard Time start. So if we win the first two, we will have an opportunity to hedge out if we want. I like Notre Dame to beat Georgia Tech.
Really? Dan, any thoughts there?
I don't think that game's close.
Oh, man. I don't know, guys.
11.5
That seems
is a
like a lot
dirty
of
number.
points. That seems like a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, but he's not playing the points. What is that, an 8-point tease stream, or is that a money line?
8-point tease. I'll have a -3. Yeah, no money line.
I think you're golden there.
Yep.
Golden. I mean, I think it's going to be close to the 11.5 number. I wouldn't take it at that just because you never know. But yeah, Notre Dame. I mean, I think this is going to be one of those games where it's not really that close. Georgia Tech is not a very good team.
No, but I mean, defensively, they're pretty good. You know, they only give up 66 points a game. But, you know, when you look at it overall, I mean, Georgia Tech did beat Notre Dame in January in Georgia Tech. So a little bit of a revenge spot here for Notre Dame. Notre Dame's probably going to win this game. I just don't want to get any piece of this whatsoever. And I can tell you this much. Georgia Tech is a very, very slow first half team, guys. So if you want to cut those odds in half, maybe get them in a first half money line parlay, you can probably do that and be okay, to be honest with you.
Yeah, look at that first half under on that, too.
First half under. Yeah, there's no total I have yet. Do you have a total number on that?
Do I have a total number? I do. I have 139.
139. So that would probably put you at like 70 points for the first half.
Yep. 69.5, I would bet is where it's at.
Georgia Tech starts slow, guys. Just remember that. So all right. I don't really see a lot here.
I got
It's a
something for
weird
ya.
day. What do you got?
I got a tale of two different teams going in the wrong direction.
Okay.
And I'm taking another road favorite,
A road
And that's- the Butler Bulldogs.
Oh.
-2 today at Xavier. Xavier losers of 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And then obviously Butler winners of 3 in a row, 4 out of 5, including a brilliant win at Villanova on Wednesday.
Sure.
I think Butler knows they're fighting. I mean, Butler honestly is fighting for a 2 through 4 seed right now, right? It could really go either way. I think this is, I know that they've had injuries, which is why, you know, maybe they're being overlooked a little bit, but I think they go in and I think they beat Xavier 4 or 5 points. I mean, but I think Xavier's a little bit overrated right now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're definitely spiraling a little bit here.
I agree with that 100% that Xavier's overrated. You know, the thing with Butler is I try to get on Butler's bandwagon and trust him, and then when I trust him, something stupid happens with them. So I don't, you know, they should beat Xavier, no problem. I mean, they should. I'm right there with you. I just am afraid of it for some reason because it's like one of those games. Like you'll look and you'll be like, "Damn, they lost." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Butler did win this matchup by 5, and the last time they played each other was in January. So they won by 5 points in Butler. That's a tough game, Dan. Good luck on that one.
Yeah, I like Dream said, I think it's only tough because sometimes Butler, you know, just makes
This
mistakes.
time of the year, though, they shouldn't. You should.
Right.
You should good because where they're at right now. They can't be affording to lose to Xavier.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I know the Villanova win is huge, but you got to back it up. You got to back it up.
Any interest in taking Green Bay over Detroit Mercy? 'Cause Detroit Mercy's brutal, guys. 8-21 on the year. Green Bay minus
I'm
10
more
points.
looking at that St. Peter's versus Canisius game.
There you go, brother. But that's going to do it for me for college hoop. I don't have anything here. I thought I had more, but as I'm doing it, as I'm reading into it, it's just kind of making me a little gun shy, to be honest with you.
a couple of honorable mentions. Don't love any of it and not playing any of it, but you might want to keep an eye out. I do like Houston to beat Memphis today, but Houston's on the road, so I'm not going to mess with that road situation there. But I do like Houston to beat Memphis today. I also like Tulsa to bounce back and beat ECU. Don't love the game. I'm not going to get involved with it, but I'm just mentioning it in case you guys are out there taking a look at it. I do think Tulsa will get the job done today. I also think Nebraska bounces back against Illinois after losing to Michigan State. I think Nebraska bounces back against Illinois. I don't like that game either, but those are my opinions on those 3 particular spots.
All right. Sounds good. Dan, any more college hoop?
No, sir.
All right, so let's go over to the NBA, see if there's any spots here, guys.
I do have spots in the NBA.
My stomach ached the Knickerbockers yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Good old. Hey, Carmelo, you should send Carmelo a piece of that check.
Went by 1 point.
You know what? But I paired it with Arizona at night, and I lost.
You know, Hatter, I almost listened to you. Oh, covering that 5 points. That should be no issue. It's the Sixers.
They were murdering them and the whole game, and then just let them come all the way back. And win.
It's the Knicks. I'm not even calling them Knicks anymore. They don't deserve it.
Brutal.
Oh.
Dream, what do you got in the NBA if you say you got a bunch of spots here?
I do got some spots. First of all, Friday night, there was a very volatile game in Toronto. The Boston Celtics were beating the Toronto Raptors. Toronto Raptors came back with no Lowry and beat the Boston Celtics in a nasty little game that there was a flagrant foul called. Isaiah Thomas got wrapped up and did some gun pointing the finger, like making little pistol signs. And, it was a little bit of physicality in this game. But the Boston Celtics got bitch slapped in Toronto because the Celtics were winning this game and kind of doing their thing. And out of nowhere, the Raptors just said, they're not having it in their house, which was an impressive win by then. Celtics should be a little bit ornery today. I like the Celtics today. They're playing the Pistons. Celtics should be a little bit ornery. I expect them to come out full-fledged. I've talked about this team being a feisty team in the past. I know it is a road game today, but I think because of that loss to Toronto, they are a little bit hot. I think that they go in and they beat the Detroit Pistons today. Wow. I like the Celtics.
Wow, damn, man. Road teams, kid. That's been your whole weekend.
I know.
I got a home team for you in the association.
What do you got?
The Washington Wizards.
Ooh.
Good call.
Tough game.
Look.
Love that Jazz team.
I know. And look, I know they're
team.
4th in the West. And look, I'll give it up. But Washington is 3rd in the East. I mean, it's not like Washington's sitting here slouching. I think, both teams have been playing well. But look, I think that the Wizards get it done at home today. It's 2.5, obviously buying the hook. I'll get it to 2. You know how these Sunday games go, man, too, with a team, coming basically 3-hour time change. It's a 5 p.m. Local game, right? So I think the Wizards get it done today.
You really think so, huh?
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do.
All right.
The Wizards are a good team, man. I mean, the Wizards, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because, Washington always kind of craps out in their season. Is that why, you don't hear a lot of people taking them super seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I take them very seriously.
But this season has been a little bit different. They've won the games that unlike seasons past. So far this season, they've won the games that they should have won, and this is one that they should win. I happen to agree with you. I think Washington does get this game here. Now, do keep in mind the Jazz are 16-11 on the road. And does have some points with the Jazz being defensively sound. I'll give them that. They got a little bit of defense going on with this team. But, Dan, I agree with you. I think the Wizards win this game. And I've liked what I've seen out of the Wizards, even though I still think, for some reason, I feel like Atlanta's the number 2 team in the East, in my opinion. But I have, even though Atlanta's been on a little bit of a slide, but I do like what I see out of the Wizards. The Wizards, it's like they needed that one more person, and they didn't get him again in this by the trade deadline. They needed that one more person. And I'm speaking of the trade deadline, but I do need to talk about this for a minute as well. Cleveland Cavaliers lose yesterday, guys. I don't know if you know about this, but LeBron James was out, was sick. Cleveland Cavaliers lose yesterday. Deron Williams gets out of his contract with the Dallas Mavericks. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Deron Williams right now is in the process of looking to sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers as their point guard. Now,
I thought it was done.
Is it done?
I thought it was done.
Yeah, it may be done. It was supposed to happen. Listen, Cleveland's been searching for a true point because, in my opinion, Kyrie's a 2-guard.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that 2-guard hybrid, okay? But they've been looking for a true point. This is a big acquisition. If they can get 75% of Deron Williams, what Deron Williams can really offer. And I don't like Deron Williams by any stretch of the imagination. I don't like him as a player at all. Don't like his personality. Don't like his work ethic. Don't like any of that. However, with LeBron James on the floor as the core and as the general and really the GM running his team, you add this person and his personality to the team and just get him to play basketball like he has the ability to play. That's a very nice additive to this Cavalier team as far as getting ready to go down the stretch and then make their run at the Golden State Warriors, possibly in the finals.
I'm with you. I think it's a huge pickup. I mean, Deron Williams, the thing is, and I'm with you, don't like him as a player, don't like him much as a person from all the things I've read about him. But if he's in a situation like this where all he has to do is dish the ball, he doesn't have to score, he has to see the floor, he has to run the point. You're right. Kyrie is not a true point. I mean, he's a shooting guard, and if he can outlet the ball to Kyrie, LeBron and Love when he's healthy, and then don't forget, I mean, J.R. Smith, right? He's coming back.
Yeah.
He's still coming back. And
I mean,
that
you
will
got
give them another shooter.
You got a very nice cast of characters over there. If you look at up and down the Cleveland roster, it's not a lot of depth there, Dream.
They do have a lot of depth, and like I said, this Deron Williams thing, it sort of reminds you of like the Cleveland Cavaliers, almost like the Patriots right now, where you get just anybody could come there and it'll fit right in. Just mind your business, just go about your business, do your job, and give LeBron the ball, in the clutch, and you're going to be good. So this is a very important acquisition for them, and like you said, they got a lot of depth there now, and they are definitely trying to get themselves beefed up to match Golden State at the end of the season in this finals.
All right.
But how crazy is the NBA where someone like Deron Williams can go to the Mavs and be like, yo, we suck. I want out of here. And I want to go win a championship this year, and I'm going to go to Cleveland. Like, that's crazy.
That's awesome. It kind of makes it interesting.
Insane.
All right, sounds good. So, you guys got Dream. You got any other spots here?
Yeah, I do. And this one's hard, guys, but I got to jump on it. And I hate betting against the Hornets because of Kemba Walker. I hate doing it. But the Hornets are 9-20 on the road. The Clippers have been getting bludgeoned since the Clippers need to win in the worst way. This is called we're finally home. We need to buckle down and get a win. I'm going to take the Clippers tonight. There's going to be a money line parlay in both spots, Clippers and Celtics. I like the Clippers tonight to beat the Hornets. Clippers need this win worse than ever to stop the bleeding. I do like the Clippers.
All right. Sounds good. You're going to absolutely hate what I'm about to do here because we failed miserably at it last time.
Let me hear this.
I am taking the under in the Grizzlies-Nuggles game. 216. I'm taking the under. I don't know if you've watched the Memphis Grizzlies play.
I have.
It's like watching Virginia.
It's Virginia. Oh, great call.
Oh my God! But the Nuggles.
It really is.
They don't play defense though.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, the thing is, they play defense and they do not. I mean, they're 27th in scoring in the league as far as the NBA is concerned. I'm going under 216. I just have a feeling this is like a low twos final. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to give it a shot here with the Memphis Grizzlies and Denver Nuggles under. That's where I'm at today.
All right.
Call me crazy. I don't expect anybody to do that but me. I'm probably the only under bet on the board. But I'm going to take it. That's where I'm at.
And guys, just in case you don't know or not aware, Boogie is with the Pelicans and they're still losing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, to the Thunder.
So that love affair could be a wrap really quick. And you're going to see Russell Westbrook tonight.
Yeah, that could be an ugly.
Oh,
so
they're going to
look
get
with that.
murdered.
Yes,
Murdered.
exactly. All right.
I mean, that's actually a good spot right there because right now that line's at 6.5. I've been looking at that all day, and I'm like, they're going to get tore up.
I think they're going to get tore up. I'm going to stay away because I just got too much going on today for
a Sunday.
For Sunday, I got a lot going on.
All right, sounds good, man. So, any more NBA on you guys?
Nah, man.
I'm good. I'm done. All right. So, Dream, any hockey?
Yep, we're going to go over to the ice. No hockey tonight, but I do want to talk about one game that looks to be good. Well, actually, there's two games that look to be good. One is the Rangers Blue Jackets. I love this Ranger team, and they won yesterday. And Dan, you were right about the over, because they got in a dogfight a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, they did with the Devils, which, that was the other reason I was feeling it. I didn't end up playing it, but it's like anytime, the Rangers get with the Devils or the Islanders and all that, it doesn't matter how good or bad any of the teams are.
Sure.
Definitely. I do like the Rangers today, but I'm not playing them. But my gut is telling me that the Rangers get this game won at home. A little bit more physical than this Blue Jacket team. I told you, this Blue Jacket team, I can't bet with them or against them, so I just stay the hell away from them. But got a good win out of the Rangers yesterday, and I don't know how banged up or how tired they may be today, as I don't really feed a lot into that theory as they're professional athletes, but some of you guys do, so you might want to keep that in mind if you're looking at the Rangers today. But I do like the Rangers to beat the Blue Jackets.
Obviously, watch your goaltender today.
Definitely, I was just going to say that. Yep, definitely watch your goaltender. The other spot that I do like as a dog, Nashville's minus 118. The Edmonton Oilers are a dog today in Smashville. I know I'm usually on the Predators, and the Predators are kind of pretty good at home. Oilers are dope. Oilers will go into Nashville. Oilers going into Nashville means absolutely nothing to the Oilers. The Oilers could go into Nashville and definitely handle them. I love this Oiler team. I love the way what they do on the ice. I'm not getting involved in this game because I got just too much going on as far as the other sports are concerned right now. And even though hockey has been old faithful for me, because yesterday the hockey parlay worked, I'm going to leave it alone.
All right. Sounds good. Get them plus the 1.5, Dream.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, taking the plus 1 out. But I got it's just, when you got too much, you just got too much.
Got it. All right, sounds good, man. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for us. Time to make some money today on this great Sunday here, man. So, all right, Dream, so let me let you do your closeout. Dan, you'll do yours, and we're a wrap.
All right, gang. So basically what we're on a teaser. We got 2 o'clock start for Louisville. We got 3 o'clock start for Cincinnati. And then we have the late night 6 o'clock with Notre Dame. When you put the teaser in, it's an 8-point teaser. You'll get Louisville down to minus 1.5. You'll have Cincinnati plus 1.5. And Notre Dame will be minus 3. I may throw in Oak Tree, which you had on that. I like the Oakland call as well. Yeah. Me and you might need to you need to tell me how solid you are on that, but I do like the Oakland call, so that may get involved. That may get in there with me as well. Also, side play, very small, very light. I do like Michigan State on the money line. I think they show up today and they beat Wisconsin, but I don't love it. I'm not going crazy, just a little money line. I like that. Also in the NBA, the Celtics and the Clippers. And that's going to do it for my plays. I want to thank everybody that's out there that's retweeted the show and got down with us this morning. It was great getting on and, just kicking it with my boys, talking about basketball, talking about college basketball, Big East tournament, what's going on in the future. We got winning picks in the house. Terrence Mack is out there. Sports news and videos is in the house. Super Mario to the bank. OJFB is in the house. We also have Shane Whitehead. Is Shane in the baseball, Dan?
I do not think so. There might have to be a second league because we've gotten a little bit of an overflow. I did talk to Shane.
Okay.
But we hit our 10 and it's first come, first serve. So
okay.
Yeah, there is that. But guys, if there is more interest, I know that we can get a second league. Also, definitely going to do some daily fantasy stuff this year with baseball. So Absolutely. Don't sweat it.
Absolutely.
No doubt, definitely. Just to finish the shout-outs, Mario Martinez, G. Rose, Tanakis, P. for Press, Stoopy Bets, Jarrett. And Jarrett, is anybody getting down with the NASCAR today? I'm not. Jared said black guys don't like NASCAR.
What's NASCAR?
That's because the reason, and it's not about me being black not liking it, because I don't think my color has anything to do with it, but my problem is they just drive around in a circle. Like, if they had to go to, Taco Bell and get one of those chalupas,
I like some of the European stuff where they're going around, S-curves and things like that, where they're actually going crazy.
Yeah. By the way, that chalupa's going to be gone Wednesday. If you have not had it, I'm sorry. Get the Taco Bell and try it. Just do it. You'll crack up. Think about me when you bite into it and just say, oh my God, the dream was tense thinking about this. That naked chicken chalupa at Taco Bell is the bomb.
Sounds good.
Oh man, I don't even think I have a Taco Bell within 10 miles of me.
I don't think I've been to a Taco Bell in 10 years.
It's the bomb. And not prolonging the shot, I got to get out of here. But Dan, listen, I ordered one, right? Was leaving out the driveway at Taco Bell, opened the paper, bit into it, almost crashed doing a Yui.
All right. I will have to check that out.
All right, sounds good, guys. All right, guys. Well, hey, you know what? Enjoy the rest of your weekend and get ready for a big week this week and get that money. Let's go.
Scott Weaver in the house. What's good?